Albert Einstein Quotes, which are better to be known when young, to not regret in old age. Logic will get you from a to-be, imagination will take you everywhere. The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. Everyone should be respected as an individual, but no one idolized. In matters of truth and justice, there is no difference between large and small problems, for issues concerning the treatment of people are all the same. Our task must be to free ourselves by widening our circle of compassion, to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature and its beauty. He who can no longer pause to wonder and stand wrapped in awe is as good as dead. His eyes are closed. The monotony and solitude of a quiet life stimulates the creative mind. No amount of experimentation can ever prove me right. A single experiment can prove me wrong. A table, a chair, a bowl of fruit, and a violin. What else does a man need to be happy? The hardest thing to understand in the world is the income tax. A question that sometimes drives me hazy. Am I or are the others crazy? Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. The monotony and solitude of a quiet life stimulates the creative mind. The distinction between the past, present, and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion. Technological progress is like an axe in the hands of a pathological criminal. If you are out to describe the truth, leave elegance to the tailor. There are two ways to live. You can live as if nothing is a miracle. You can live as if everything is a miracle. Education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. Nationalism is an infantile disease. It is the measles of mankind. All that is valuable in human society depends upon the opportunity for development accorded the individual. The gift of fantasy has meant more to me than my talent for absorbing positive knowledge. A question that sometimes drives me hazy: am I, or are the others crazy? Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. Whoever is careless with the truth in small matters cannot be trusted with important matters. Once we accept our limits, we go beyond them. If we knew what it was we were doing, it would not be called research, would it? It is the supreme art of the teacher to awaken joy in creative expression and knowledge. Imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. Intellectual growth should commence at birth and cease only at death. The value of a man should be seen in what he gives and not in what he is able to receive. If people are good only because they fear punishment and hope for reward, then we are a sorry lot indeed. I live in that solitude which is painful in youth, but delicious in the years of maturity. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge but imagination. The only reason for time is so that everything doesn't happen at once. Common sense is the collection of prejudices acquired by age 18. The only source of knowledge is experience. If we knew what it was we were doing, it would not be called research, would it? Reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. No problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it. We can't solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them. Only two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity, and I'm not sure about the former. You can't blame gravity for falling in love. There are only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. Any man who can drive safely while kissing a pretty girl is simply not giving the kiss the attention it deserves. If you want your children to be intelligent, read them fairy tales. If you want them to be more intelligent, read them more fairy tales. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. The most beautiful experience we can have is the mysterious. It is the fundamental emotion that stands at the cradle of true art and true science. It would be possible to describe everything scientifically, but it would make no sense. It would be without meaning, as if you described a Beethoven symphony as a variation of wave pressure. Gravitation is not responsible for people falling in love. Never memorize something that you can look up. Creativity is intelligence having fun. Blind belief in authority is the greatest enemy of truth. We all know that light travels faster than sound. That's why certain people appear bright until you hear them speak. If we knew what it was we were doing, it would not be called research, would it? The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existence. One cannot help but be in awe when he contemplates the mysteries of eternity, of life, of the marvelous structure of reality. It is enough if one tries merely to comprehend a little of this mystery each day. I am enough of an artist to draw free open my imagination. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world. Subscribe now for another dose, like, and share to help us spread words of wisdom.